Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of the Raw Reaction Show. I'm your host, Glenn Thomas, 1/4 of the Wrestling Marks of Excellence, which you can hear each and every Thursday night on Fox Sports Radio, 1340 AM and 96.9 FM. You can also subscribe to us on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, and also hit the bell notification and the subscribe button here on YouTube so you never miss any of our shows again. Let's talk about Monday Night Raw, which we're here to talk about. Monday Night Raw coming from the New Orleans, Louisiana, home of last year's WrestleMania. We saw the first time that Renee Young is a full-time broadcaster on Monday Night Raw. She has replaced Jonathan Coachman as the full-time broadcaster on Monday Night Raw, so we'll see her each and every week on Monday Night Raw, along with Michael Cole and Corey Graves. I'm going to leave a comment here. Do you enjoy the fact that Renee Young is now part of the broadcast team? Let us know. We want to hear from you. Are you happy that Renee Young is part of the broadcast team? Leave a comment in the comment section below. But nonetheless, Renee Young was part of the broadcast team here on Monday Night Raw, coming from New Orleans, Louisiana. We kicked the show off with Dolph Ziggler, Drew McIntyre, and Braun Strowman coming to the ring. These guys come to the ring. They didn't come alone. They also came with some of the heels that helped them out last week. We saw the Ascension, Drew Gulak, the Authors of Pain, as many others helped surround the ring. And these gentlemen got into the ring and talked about their attacking of the Shield, talking about how no one likes the Shield. And you knew what was getting ready to happen. If you've been watching wrestling for a long time, you knew what was getting ready to take place. I hope you wasn't watching Monday Night Football tonight on that first game, the Detroit and Jets game, which got out of hand real quickly. But nonetheless, Monday Night Raw took shape, and the Shield comes down to the ring sporting axe handles. Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns attacked every heel that was outside the ring and got the best of them with a little reinforcement with the axe handles. And the heels, as you know they would do, took their seats and ran outside the ring. Braun Strowman and his fellow two deuces, left out. But nonetheless, Baron Corbin gets involved and says that if the Shield gets involved in any other matches tonight, that Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns will be stripped of their titles and will go to jail. But we'll talk about that a little bit later. Then we go to our first match of the night. First match of the night, we saw Nikki Bella taking on Ruby Riott. Very good match here with Nikki Bella being back in Monday Night Raw, being back on Monday Night Raw, being back in the WWE. Good match here, but nonetheless, we know who got the win here. Ruby Riott did not get the win. Nikki Bella got the win with the Rack Attack 2.0, and they celebrate in the ring. Good win for the Bella Twins, the Bella Army. You love them or hate them, the Bellas are here to stay. Then we saw Authors of Pain back there with their manager Drake Maverick, 205 general manager, talking about, you know, their upcoming match against two jobbers. We're not going to stay here long. We know who gets the win here. Author of Pains get the win over two jobbers. Then we get Triple H come out. Triple H comes out and talks about The Undertaker, talk about Shawn Michaels, talk about how The Undertaker, after they 4 matches at WrestleMania, that The Undertaker was never the same again. Actually, he talked about how The Undertaker started declining after he had 4 matches with, as he called himself, the Game, the Cerebral Assassin. The Super Show Down Under is shaping up to be a very good show. I mentioned it last week. This one, as they mentioned, is the final matchup between the Undertakers. The final matchup between Undertaker and Triple H. And I would not say, and I'm going to give our predictions a little bit later, future on, but right now I'm leaning towards Undertaker actually losing this match to Triple H. Next week, we know The Undertaker will be on Monday Night Raw. Next week, he will make another appearance. Monday Night Raw will be in Dallas, Texas. So, The Undertaker will be at Monday Night Raw next week in Dallas, Texas. But Triple H, nonetheless, is a bit of respect he has for The Undertaker, and he will put The Undertaker down at the Super Show in Australia. Then we moved on to the tag team champions, Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler had to take on the B team again, who asked for their rematch. They invoked their rematch clause, and nonetheless, we still have the same tag team champions. Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler retain their titles over the B team. But we saw Dean Ambrose, we saw Seth Rollins get involved again in this match, which prompted Baron Corbin, after a little bit of blackmail, a little bit of help by Seth Rollins, make the match for Hell in a Cell this weekend, where we will see Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins take on Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler for the Raw Tag Team Championship. If you go back and you mention, and we go back to history before Dean Ambrose got injured, him and Seth Rollins were the Raw Tag Team Champions. Never lost the title. Seth Rollins and Jason Jordan lost the tag team titles. So Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose have an opportunity to regain the Raw Tag Team titles when this Sunday coming from Hell in a Cell as they take on Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler. Then we move on to Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens comes out. Kevin Owens makes quick work of Tyler Breeze. Makes real quick work of Tyler Breeze in the ring. Then he grabs a mic and begins to cut a promo, as only if Kevin Owens does, and said that he has a gimme pass, or a pass to do whatever he wants from Baron Corbin, and that Baron Corbin gave him this pass so he can return to Monday Night Raw and to defeat and to beat up none other than Bobby Lashley. And his axe to grind with Bobby Lashley is for the simple fact that Bobby Lashley took his friend Sami Zayn and put him on a shelf for a couple months. So Kevin Owens is trying to defend the honor of his best friend Sami Zayn. But it's good to see Kevin Owens back on Monday Night Raw. The quitting only lasted for a moment, but Kevin Owens is doing some good work here. I think him and Bobby Lashley, their match will be a little bit more relevant, a little bit more intense, and a little bit more intriguing than it was with Sami Zayn and Bobby Lashley. We saw Bobby Lashley working out in the back, and we saw Mr. 205 himself, Leo Rush, backstage with Bobby Lashley, being a motivational speaker type gimmick. Good for Leo Rush to get on Monday Night Raw, and we hopefully see more of Leo Rush on Monday Night Raw in the near future. Then we move on to Natalya and Ronda Rousey taking on Alexa Bliss and Mickie James in the tag team match that had been built up that was made last week to happen this week. So built this up all week long. And ladies and gentlemen, you know what happened. You know what time it is. Ronda Rousey gets the win over Mickie James and Alexa Bliss with the armbar. Looking forward to this match at Hell in a Cell to see how Ronda Rousey and Alexa Bliss match up. See how they get along. Will it be like the match that we saw at SummerSlam where Ronda Rousey came in and just kind of dominated Alexa Bliss? Will it be a little bit more technical here? We'll see the growth in the development of Ronda Rousey in this match at Hell in a Cell. I guarantee you that. But nonetheless, Natalya and Ronda Rousey pick up the win here on Monday Night Raw over Alexa Bliss and Mickie James. Then we saw Mick Foley, Mrs. Foley's baby boy, come out celebrating the 20 years of Hell in a Cell. 20 years of him almost dying. 20 years of him being thrown off the cage, hitting the floor. 20 years of his tooth being jammed up into his nostril. 20 years of him just laying out there and re-enrolling off the gurney to get back into the Hell in a Cell, to get thrown through the Hell in a Cell on a bed of thin, throwing on some thumbtacks. Man, that match 20 years ago, Hell in a Cell, was a tremendous match and has not been one like that since. But nonetheless, celebrating Mick Foley. Mick Foley interrupts Elias in the ring. And last time we saw Elias in New Orleans, he was sitting on Bourbon Street celebrating, having a good time with the WrestleMania crowd. But nonetheless, Mick Foley makes a bombshell announcement in the middle of the ring with Elias. Mick Foley said he called Stephanie McMahon up and said that he wanted to be involved. 20 years of Hell in a Cell, he wants to be involved one more time. We knew that he wasn't going to wrestle, but nonetheless, he is the special guest referee, the enforcer, as it will, baby. He's the enforcer that in the Universal Championship match with Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman, Mick Foley would be involved in that match as a special guest referee. Hell in a Cell is definitely shaping up to be a good match. Before Mick Foley left the ring, he made a match between Finn Balor and Elias, which just happened to be the main event match of the night, where Finn Balor gets the win over Elias. It's good to see that Finn Balor picks up a win. He's on a winning streak now. He's on a roll. It's good to see that Finn Balor is getting back into place where he needs to be with the WWE, climbing up that ladder. Want to see him in a Universal picture. Hopefully he gets the IC title back. Somewhere down the line, Finn Balor will be the Universal Champion once again. Good story, good win by Finn Balor tonight. But that didn't close the show. We closed the show with Braun Strowman coming out saying that he wants Roman Reigns right now, that he know that Roman Reigns is in the building, that the big dogs, they finally see Roman Reigns. They begin to fight. Look, we get to get a big fight here and close it out. Roman Reigns, Samoa drops Braun Strowman off the stage, hits the floor. Braun Strowman agonizing in pain. Roman Reigns comes up, holds the belt up, and declares that he still will be the champion after the Hell in a Cell cage match, where Mick Foley now is the Universal. Well, now is the referee of this Universal Championship match. But nonetheless, very good ending by Monday Night Raw. As we stated earlier, Monday Night Raw is now competing against the NFL. And I think tonight, based off the games that were involved, I have to give the nod to Monday Night Raw. I have to give the nod to Monday Night Raw for getting the win. Now, Monday Night Football definitely had the ratings, but Monday Night Raw had the better show tonight. So it was good by WWE to put the show where they at. Go home show for Hell in a Cell pay-per-view this Sunday night. Start time is at 7 p.m. Check out the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman for the Universal Championship. Mick Foley, special guest referee. We also see AJ Styles taking on Samoa Joe. You'll see a lot of great matches. Ronda Rousey taking on Alexa Bliss. Check out our prediction show this week as myself, Glenn Thomas, and the Wizard Nephew Corey makes our predictions for the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. If you miss any of our shows, go ahead and check it out on iTunes. Subscribe to the Wrestling Marks of Excellence. Hit us up on Google Play. Subscribe on YouTube. Hit that bell notification so you'll be notified any other time that we drop a show. We'll do our SmackDown reaction show tomorrow night, which is their go-home show before the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. Ladies and gentlemen, as we always say on the Wrestling Marks of Excellence, if you're not confirmed, consider yourself denied. End of stories. Ladies and gentlemen, good night.